I'm officially 3 months sober from weed, and it's one of the best things I've ever done for myself. I started gardening when I was 17 or 18 years old, and it quickly became a huge part of my life. Growing up, I wasn't even cool enough to be in spaces where I would have had access to it, but when I got to college, I was surrounded by other artists, and they were all smoking, and so it became very justifiable for me to start smoking. After graduation, I watched a lot of my friends kind of move on and their weed usage dwindled, but not me. I was really hooked. I always clung to this myth that weed is a non-addictive substance. I remember hearing that a lot growing up, and the fact is that's just not true. Any substance can be addictive, especially one that quite literally gets you high. Throughout all of my early 20s, I developed a huge dependency on it, which I would justify by saying that it's a non-addictive substance. I don't have an addiction and I can stop whenever I want. Got to a point where I was pretty constantly asking to use my friends' supplies, where I was entirely reliant on it for my appetite and regulating my mood. And pretty much anytime I was alone, I was not sober. Pretty recently, if I stopped smoking for a couple of days, I would start going through physical withdrawal symptoms, which I didn't think was possible on a non addictive substance, but it is. So in February, I started going to Marijuana Anonymous, which is a real thing. There's not just Alcoholics Anonymous. People are often surprised to hear about this one. I started working through a 12-step program and curating community that supports and uplifts my sobriety. And it's now been 3 months and a couple extra days. The version of myself who is sober is way more present and rooted in the life that is right in front of me. I'm way better equipped to deal with my anxieties, even if it's harder at times because I don't get to numb them. I'm actually forced to confront things head on and then they get resolved. Crazy. I'm building a life that I'm incredibly proud of and happy to be living, and I wanted to share that. So, thanks for listening.